Hi friends, Andrew Carruthers here from the Journeyist, coming to you from Wasilla, Alaska. Michelle and I came up here for a little vacation, and we've been hiking, we've been fishing, we've been camping. It's been a beautiful experience so far. So I want to share a little bit of the footage that we've captured in the last couple of days with a little background of a conversation on something called the grind. So unless you've buried your phone recently, I know you've seen tons and tons of messages through your social media that the way to be successful is to grind. Now, for some of you, that might be incredibly motivational to you. And that's how you get up in the morning. You're like, yeah, I can't wait to dig into this and get after it and grind. For many of you, though, you're probably like me, and that message of to be successful, you need to grind, is actually incredibly discouraging. And it doesn't make me feel good. And to be honest, it's not where I thrive as a human. So really, this talk is how do we get out of the grind and into the flow? So I think we actually need to start this conversation with talking about success, because for each of you, success is going to be different. Now, again, if we follow the message that we continually receive from social media, then success a lot of times is dictated by this, or how much stuff we get. Now, for me, that's not success. I like this, of course, we all do, but that's the means to the end. That's what pays for experiences like these, that we get to be outside and we get to have these adventures. Success for me is also the ability to have the time and space to have these adventures. Skeeter. There's a lot of mosquitoes in Alaska. Success for me is also a lot about having the time and space for balance. And balance is having vacations. It's about having adventures and journeys that we can take. It's about having time for spiritual work. It's about having time for exercise and movement. It's about having time to really dedicate ourselves to our family and friends. And if work is taking up that entire space, it's going to be very difficult to have a feeling of balance in our lives. Now, please understand that if you are a person that finances are a huge part of your success and that is a main motivator for you, fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. But I also want to give credit to those people that don't fit into that space, because I know for myself, when I sit and I'm constantly scrolling through my feed and I'm constantly being told that this is what success is and this is the path to success, it's hard not to start believing it and start to feel the pressure of that. So really, it's about defining what is your success. If success is not the money, if it's not the car, if it's not the house, it's not those things to you, then it's really important to figure out what are you working towards, what are you working for. So I ran some calculations just because I was curious, and I figured out if you have a normal sleep schedule of about 8 hours a night, if you're working a 40-hour work week, you're spending close to 50% of your entire week at work. So this message of the grind, that we need to do more, we need to be up first thing in the morning, we need to be spending our late nights trying to achieve those goals, for many of us puts us in a place that there's no space left for family. There's no space left for friends. There's no space left for things like spirituality and exercise and health. To that, I'd really think about, is it worth the grind? I think most of us would agree that anything that we want to achieve is going to take some kind of input, whether that's mental energy, physical energy, spiritual energy. It's going to take dedication, it's going to take time, it's going to take energy of some sort to achieve. The difference between the mindset of the grind for me, or switching to more of a mindset of the flow, is all about intention. It's all about how my energy is spent. The grind calls up a thought of fighting, of coarseness, of friction. I think about the flow, and I think about those big, powerful rivers that have cut their own way, but they've also been flexible. There's massive energy coming from those rivers, but it's a softer energy. It's not rigid, it's not hard. So at times, they do dig their own path. They do create the space that they need to be able to flow in the direction they need to flow. So for those of us that don't find motivation in this sensation of the grind, let's change the message. Let's change it to the flow. Because inside of the flow, there's space for it all. You can still have financial success. You can still have an incredible career that you love. You can still also have time for family, friends, vacations, journeys, adventures, spirituality, exercise, and health. Well, yes, even in Alaska, there's sirens and howling dogs. I believe this is so important to us right now because this message has been so intense for so long that the only way to be successful is to give it all up, to make work our sole sense of existence, and it's not true. Working tirelessly is not the path to everyone's success. We need to know this. We need to believe this. So on that note, I'm going to follow my own advice. I'm going to shut down the camera and get back to our vacation. But I want to hear your thoughts on this concept of the grind and switching it over to the idea of the flow. Leave some comments. Let's get a discussion going. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Andrew Carruthers from The Journeyist.